What's up guys? Today I'm going to be showing you my conceal carry setup. Currently I'm using the PHLster Enigma with a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 using the standard flush fit 10 round magazine. So as a little bit of a backstory, I've been conceal carrying for a little bit under a year now. I'm using a Glock 19 with a Tenacor Kurtum 3 holster, which is inside the waistband, and a Core Essentials belt. I also have a 17 round Glock magazine and just a regular magazine holder. So this system is fantastic. The Glock 19 is extremely capable, especially at range when I need more accuracy and better ballistics, but it is extremely lacking in a couple of ways. First thing I'm going to do, I will show you that the firearm is clear. So one of the biggest concerns about the Glock is that it is incredibly thick. As you can see, that is not easy to conceal within the waistband if you want to wear anything that is not a shirt that is one size too big. So that is what led me to seek out the PHLster Enigma. So I knew that I needed something that I could wear in tucked clothes or athletic fit clothes, or really anything where I didn't want to have a super bulky system. So right now I am actually wearing the PHLster Enigma, and I'll just give you a 360 right here with my hands up, which is one of the most compromising positions, and it's probably nearly impossible to see, especially if you weren't already looking for it. But I'm actually carrying my Bodyguard 2.0 at the 12 o'clock position right now. So how is this possible with a shirt that is tucked in? Well, traditionally, if you wanted to conceal deeply, you would have to wear a separate belt under your clothes, which is possible, but it's pretty difficult when considering that it adds a lot of bulk. That is how we got to the Enigma system. Now I'm going to take my pants off, but you do not need to be scared because I'm wearing a pair of shorts underneath. So this is what the PHLster Enigma looks like. You can see that it looks a little bit different than a typical belt. That is because I'm using the PHLster Enigma Express. It comes with a minimalistic holster, and one of the most important things on this is the faceplate, which helps to smooth the profile of the gun under clothing. You'll also see that I have the sport belt, which is stretchy, and it allows you to comfortably carry essentially under any kind of clothing. Because of how small the Bodyguard is, not just in the grip length, the overall length, but especially the thickness, which is 0.88 inches, and also showing you that it is clear, it does a much better job of concealing in essentially any clothing configuration compared to that Glock 19. In fact, when I was trying to figure out how I wanted to go about my deep carry system, I tried to wear the Glock 19 under my belt in the holster, and it looked like I had a tumor. It looked absolutely ridiculous. So just to show you right here is a little bit of a comparison. The Glock 19 is considered to be either a compact or a full-sized handgun, depending on who you ask. Personally, I consider it to be full-sized, and you can see the difference in the slide thickness right here. It is extremely obvious that the Bodyguard is going to be the superior option. So I want to show you a little bit about my PHLster Enigma. So typically with the PHLster Enigma, it is going to come with a leg leash that runs off of the faceplate and it goes around your leg. This is very helpful when you are trying to conceal a bigger gun and might have more challenges with it shifting around on your body. But when you go with the sport belt, you can really cinch it tightly around your waist and you lose or mitigate a lot of the problems that come with, trying to keep it at a consistent ride height. So everything that I've done to this, I purchased the sport belt aftermarket. It has additional storage ability right here. I will never use it, but for some people that could be a selling point. I have a Mastermind Tactics pillow wedge right here that goes on the back of the holster, and it helps a little bit more to tilt the grip into my body. Finally, one of the last things that I did to this is that compared to the typical Enigma Express setup that has a camming bar right here, right on the other side of that wing, I actually removed it so that the faceplate would sit a little bit more flush. Now, one of the downsides of that was that I lost a little bit of that camming ability that helps to push this into your body, and it, for me, I found that it was a pretty even trade-off. It is a little bit more obvious pushing it out against my belt, but it looks much better below the belt line towards the groin area. And so for me, I found that it was a perfectly valid situation, or solution rather. So again, I'm wearing my Enigma with a tucked shirt and regular work pants. Again, it's extremely difficult to see. There is a slight push out in the waistline, but if you're blousing your shirt correctly, you really will not have anything to worry about. This is definitely slower than a traditional appendix setup where the grip is above the belt line, but I think that I'm willing to trade an extra second on my draw for superior concealment. So, there are other instances where the Enigma is phenomenal, like I mentioned earlier with athletic wear and sweatpants. So right now I am carrying the exact same setup in sweatpants, and you actually can't see it at all based on the ride height of the sweatpants. However, I still retain very quick access to the firearm if needed. It just slightly impedes on the draw because, again, it's below the waistband completely. If deep concealment is something that you're looking for and you are trying to figure out the correct way to go about it, I really recommend going with the Enigma platform and looking for a micro compact like the Bodyguard 2.0. It's done great for me so far, and I really enjoy the platform.